Success is not an accident. It's not some lucky genetic lottery, and it is definitely not a stroke of random luck. It is purely 100% the result of mechanical daily routines. Welcome to this explainer, where we're unpacking the legendary playbook of performance expert Brian Tracy. If you've ever wondered what exactly puts the top 20% of earners and achievers into a league of their own, well, the answer is remarkably simple. Not necessarily easy, but simple. It all comes down to what they do habitually, every single day. Okay, let's dive right in with a quote that should completely change how you view your daily life. Aristotle famously noted that 95% of everything you do is the result of habit. I really want you to let that number sink in. 95%. That means from the very second your feet hit the floor in the morning, almost every action, reaction, and decision you make is operating on a totally automatic program. Your habits are already the unseen masters of your entire life. So the only question is, did you design them or did they design you? Brian Tracy frames the reality of habit formation with a brutal but incredibly helpful truth. Good habits are exceptionally hard to form, but man, they are easy to live with once they're established. On the flip side, bad habits are frictionless. They are so easy to form, but they make your life incredibly hard to live. And here's the real secret to human psychology. You can't simply just unlearn a bad habit. It doesn't just disappear. You have to systematically overwrite it with a better, more powerful habit through sheer, unyielding repetition.
So, the absolutely crucial point here is this. Your habits are the masters of your life, but you are the one who gets to choose which masters are going to rule you. The golden rule of success is to intentionally build good habits and consciously submit to them. In this explainer, we're going to climb what I like to call the ladder of ascent. We'll look at the specific master habits Tracy identifies, step by step, that can completely rewire your current operating system.
Step 1. The mind. Daily goal setting. Before we can even talk about taking action, we have to talk about the internal mental programming required for high-level achievement. Tracy offers some rapid-fire tactics for building this mindset, and you have to be relentless about keeping these objectives right at the front of your brain. First, think of your goals right before you go to sleep at night. It literally programs your subconscious. Second, wake up and make a fresh list for the day of the little goals you need to knock out. Third, keep a journal where you regularly write these larger goals down. And finally, as you're just going about your day, continuously circle your thoughts back to those goals. Whether you're driving to the grocery store or chatting about the weather, you are aiming for total mental saturation. Which brings us to an undeniable takeaway. You inevitably become and you achieve exactly what you think about most of the time. Wealthy, successful people aren't just occasionally checking in on some vague New Year's resolution. They are obsessing over their goals most of the time. Their mental focus is directly dictating their physical reality. Step 2. Action. The out-of-town rule. Now, having goal orientation means absolutely nothing if you aren't intensely results-oriented. To step down the ladder from internal thoughts to hyper-focused physical action, we use a technique that has literally taken people from rags to riches all over the world for over a century. Here are the 3 brutal but highly effective steps. First, before you even start working, make a master list of absolutely everything you have to do and set your priorities. Second, ask yourself this life-changing question. If I could only do one thing on this list before being called out of town for a whole month, which activity would it be? Put a massive circle around that item. Third, start on that activity immediately, first thing, and discipline yourself to work nonstop until that single task is 100% complete. The takeaway here is incredibly direct. Pick your most important task, start immediately, and refuse to stop until it is complete. Notice the language there. It's not try to work on it a bit. It is refuse to stop. If you make a habit of this single practice every day, I promise you, your productivity will completely eclipse the people around you. Step 3. Environment, people, and health. Broadening our scope from just your internal world to the environment around you, we have to ask a really pivotal question. What is it that other people want and need from me? Tracy emphasizes that everything you achieve in life is going to be with the help, support, or cooperation of other people. Highly successful individuals, whether we're talking about top-tier salespeople figuring out how to serve their customers better, or incredible leaders guiding a team, they obsess over how they can help others first. They know that by adding immense value to others, the universe kind of naturally repays that favor. But here's the catch. To help all those people and to actually push through your own massive goals, you need a tremendous amount of physical energy. Dominating in a highly competitive world literally demands it. Tracy's health orientation habits are straightforward, but they're vital. Eat less food, but eat much better food. Commit to daily exercise to keep your engine running. And crucially, even though we all love to ignore it, prioritize getting lots of rest. Without rest, your cognitive edge completely dulls. So the takeaway for this rung of the ladder is crystal clear. Cultivate vital energy through your health and multiply your impact by helping others. There is an undeniable link between a healthy, energetic body and the ability to build a robust, cooperative social network. You literally cannot do one well without the other. Woven throughout all of this is what we call the habit of character. Tracy sets an uncompromising rule here. Always tell the truth, no matter the price. Absolute honesty isn't just some nice moral imperative. It's a vital, functional precursor to building trust with those people we just talked about. And honestly, it's a precursor to our final, ultimate habit. Because if you can't be honest with others, there is no way you're being honest with yourself.
Which brings us to the anchor, self-discipline.
This is the final and absolute most important rung of the ladder. Tracy identifies this as the foundational habit that prevents everything else from falling apart. Without this, the goal setting, the out-of-town role, the health routines, they all eventually crumble. I want to read his exact definition word for word because it is just that important. Let the gravity of this sink in for a second. Self-discipline is the ability to make yourself do what you should do, when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not.
Think about the stark contrast there. Anybody can do the work when the sun is shining, they've had their coffee, and they feel super motivated. Motivation is great, but let's be real, it's fleeting. It comes and goes with your mood, your blood sugar, and the weather. But true success, that is forged when it's raining outside, you're exhausted, and you absolutely do not want to do the work, but you forge ahead anyway. That unbreakable iron of discipline is what separates the top 20% from everybody else. And this brings us to our final conceptual takeaway of the explainer. Self-discipline is the foundational master habit that makes every other success possible. It's the glue, guys. It is the ultimate overriding software that ensures all these other good habits you're trying to form actually stick. So as we wrap things up today, I want to pose a question directly to you, based on everything we've just covered from Tracy's principles. Take a hard look at your own life right now. What is the one habit you should start to develop today that will help you more than any other habit to achieve your biggest goals? Is it the daily goal journaling? Is it pulling the trigger on the out-of-town rule for your biggest tasks? Or maybe you just need to prioritize your sleep. Pick one flaw to fix today. Identify that single habit that would be an absolute game changer for you and start practicing it tonight. Do it tomorrow. Do it the next day. Force it through self-discipline until it becomes completely automatic. Make your habits your master and design the exact life you want. After all, if 95% of your life is dictated by habit anyway, what percentage of your future are you actually stepping up to control right now?